See, we will run it again just for the audio.
So we can start. There is some issue with the sound today.
Okay. All right. So, thank you so much for joining in. We warmly welcome you all in this special webinar. We deeply regret for not having the sound today. Because audio, there is some issue from our side. So we will soon check and if we can run it again. So in the meantime, we will just start the webinar. So we warmly welcome you once again in this special webinar. Today's webinar is a special. Why we are saying it's special? Because it is coming from Franchise India House, and it's a direct invitation to some of you who are looking forward to start consulting as a practice, consulting as an opportunity. So that's how this is a direct invitation from Franchise India to become the partner with Franchise India. So we have two big opportunities which we are talking about today. One, we are going to talk about an individual model, which is independent franchise consultant model, wherein you can become our partner in any of the particular city and work as an IFC, independent franchise consultant, where you don't need to have any office. You can work from home and you can attend our all training programs online and also come for the training first time and then online all the training programs. Second biggest opportunity is that when we are looking forward for a partner who can take Franchise India branch office, we call this Franchise India firm model. This firm model would talk about a branch in your city when we have identified some cities which we are now talking about having a partner to run that branch in those cities wherein we had our own office before the COVID time. And now these were total 27 cities which we have identified, and we have already closed 10 cities as of now, wherein our branch partner has already taken the training and they have appointed. Now there are some cities which we are immediately looking forward to start in the first phase, which is up to 31st of March. Then we will also put a pause, and then second phase will to take the rest of the cities forward. So we have some cities where we have a very larger focus as of now, and those cities we are talking about for a branch model in the March month till 31st, and IFC model will continue from March onwards as well, which is independent model. So I'll give you some understanding Franchise India. Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform. We are world's largest franchise solution franchise advisory company. And independent franchise consultant is an advisor, is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. So if I simplify the business for all of you, so this is where we are talking about Franchise India work with two communities largely. One side we have investors, wherein we invest, guide them, we mentor them, we help them to select the right business opportunity. And these business opportunities can be 7 to 10 lakh rupees also, but it goes up to 100, 200 CR, 500 CR as well. That would largely dependent on the investment brackets, what investor is getting in, because we have seen there is a large shift which are wherein all the corporate professionals are now looking forward to start a business, and it is very very difficult for them because they have no idea, no background, no experience of running a business. So this becomes very, very important for them to have any guide, any mentor, or any consultant who can take them through the journey. And there is none outside Franchise India who can work with them, help them, guide them, and structure the right business opportunity for these investors. Other side, we also have second community, which are businesses, brands with us, which are largely at startup level, wherein we need to help them to guide them with the right business model, right structuring of the documentation and SOP systems, and then taking them to the market for getting partners for them. Second are those companies who are at a mid segment. They have some franchise on board. They've been working with us, participating in our events and getting some franchisees. And now they are also looking forward for now expansions for other cities. Now they want to go, and we help them to find the right business partner, right franchise partner in those cities. And then we also have corporates, which is enterprise brands. They are also looking forward for franchising. They are also looking forward for local partners. They want to enter into new markets, and wherein Franchise India will also help them to structure this thing and then find the right partners. Like we have Reliance today, we have 8 brands of Reliance. They are working with us, and we help them to find franchising in different cities. which is largely in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. And then we have brand portfolio, brand like Aditya Birla. So all brands of Aditya Birla is all franchise through Franchise India, which is jewelry to fashion brands. And then we have Tata, and we have also, Raymond brand portfolio and other furniture brands like Paperfry and other brands as well, who we are helping them to find franchise. So Franchise India is using a byline which is nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, because Franchise India have created a very, very large network in India, which is over 100 cities in India. Plus, we are also in 19 countries with the same business model, wherein we are having a partner in those cities and countries, wherein they work as a partner of Franchise India and operates independently as Franchise India brand. In this today's webinar, what we are looking at, NIAS Franchise India is also expanding our business in tier 2, tier 3 cities. And we are already in 100 plus cities, but there are a lot of cities which we have recently opened where we are looking for a partner. And some cities where we already have partners, we also need more partners in those cities, more franchise partners, more IFC consultants in those cities, because now we have seen over the period of time, the consumption has grown, so do franchising. And when franchise is growing, Franchise India is growing. So we have a huge demand out there, and that's wherein Franchise India have opened now these cities also, wherein we are looking forward for partners. And some metro cities wherein we have 10 cities company-owned office. We also have IFC partners who are there, but we are looking forward for more partners from these cities as well. So we will be talking about who have got some kind of consulting background, some have real estate background, some are from education consulting background side, and somehow got some financial background. So they are also having the right professional profile, which can be highly complementing for this business as well. Especially if someone who has done some franchising for some company, and that will be highly complementary. In this today's webinar, we are talking about three, stages we will discuss. One, we will be talking about Franchise India journey so far, what we have done in last 28 years, how we have become the world's largest and the only company in India with no competition in India. We'll talk about this journey, 28 years, how it's been, how we have started. Second, we will also talk about upcoming journey, which is our next plan for 20, 30 years, how franchising will look like in India and why franchise. And third, we will also talk about the business opportunity today, which is an independent franchise consultant and which is as a home model. So we'll give you presentation for these two models and take you through complete business model, financial model, and how you make money, how you join us, how you are going to start. That will give you full understanding about this business models in this webinar today. So Franchise India operates with three companies, just to give you some understanding. In India, we are known as Franchise India because we do around 200 events across India, across cities. And out of India, we do business with the name of Frank Global. Frank Global is our international arm of the business, and this is also market entry for global brands in India. And third is Francop. Francop is world's largest franchise consulting company, and we have acquired this company 19 years back in India. So MACD, KFC, all these big giants is all are consulted by Francop. And now in India and Asia, we hold franchise Francop rights, and we are helping businesses, brands to get them into franchise through Francop. So we'll also talk about these companies as well and the association today with global brands, what we have created in the last 2 years. We have created a very, very large brand portfolio today. We have 61 global brands which Frank Global have got in India. And after knowing the scope, after doing the complete research, and Franchise India is proudly now invested in these companies as master franchise partner in India. We are going to talk about that. So in this webinar, I will set the perspective first, because how you can interact with us, we will give you overview, we'll give you complete journey about Franchise India. We would also like to know who have joined us. So we will also ask you a few questions, which we'll put in the chat box. So all our guests are requested to use the Q&A box, which is at the bottom of your screen. Use the Q&A box. You can share any question, any query you have. Plus, you can also take the options which we are giving to you to know you better, which city you are coming from. Then we are putting some options for that. So since it's a consulting, it's advisory, we would look forward for your participation equally in this webinar. And you have to make it interactive by using this Q&A box, since there is no way you can speak to us in this webinar. After the webinar, we definitely have a one-on-one meeting discussion with all of you. But in this webinar, to make it interactive, please use Q&A box and share your any question, any query if you have any related to franchising, Franchise India, or if you have taken some franchisee earlier, or you are looking forward for any kind of understanding related to this, have any question, if the Q&A box one option which you can use and share with us. So please sit back and please, as I said, it's a consulting and it's an advisory business. We would like to know who have joined us today. Once we ask some questions, please use Q&A box and share with us. Now, I'll give you some understanding about the today's panelists. Along with me, my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India. I am from Delhi office, which is our corporate office, which is in Surajkund, Faridabad. Along with me, we have regional heads also who have joined us, along with the management. So first, I'll take you through our teams who have joined us from different cities. So Bishwajit has joined us from Pune. Anurag has joined us. Maybe all of you can wave your hands as well. Anurag has joined us from Kolkata office. Shiju Joseph has joined us from Kerala. Akhil has joined us from Delhi corporate office. Arpit is also from corporate office Delhi. We have Shaktivel. He is our branch head at Chennai. He takes care of Tamil Nadu and Kerala as well, along with Kapil. We also have Hari, who has joined us from Hyderabad, and Ravi has joined us from Ahmedabad. We also have joined our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, plus we also have our group chairman and founder of Franchise India Group, Mr. Gaurav Madia. And first, I will invite and request our chairman, sir, to welcome you once again and set the perspective of this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and thank you for hosting this webinar. Welcome, friends. Welcome to this very, very special webinar, which is an invitation to invite who would join us as independent franchise consultant and work in our industry of franchising, which is, as Sanjay said, is one of the fastest growing industries in India. So friends, why I call this an invitation? Because this opportunity is very rare. This opportunity, we are doing handpicking rather, people who are interested in taking consulting as a profession and joining franchise industry. So how we're going to run this webinar, we will give you a little overview about Franchise India, how franchising is growing, how this whole industry of franchise brokerage is growing. And for that, Sonia would lead and she will give you a low overview. She comes with about 20 years of experience in franchise broking. She built the largest broking network, franchise broking network, not only in India, but now over 20 countries. So after she's done, I will give you a little overview about this opportunity, how this opportunity is, and why we are very proud that we build the largest community of franchise consultants in the world. I'll also give you how this business model works, how the financially it is rewarding, and then we'll get into a little bit more qualifying structure where are you really cut out to be a consultant? Are you really fit for this industry? And what it takes to be a successful consultant. We'll talk about all that. And eventually, Sanjay would come back and give a little short presentation on how this journey of being independent franchise consultant works. So friends, let's get started. We need to make it very interactive. Use the Q&A box. Ask any questions you have. We'll be very happy to answer. We can also tell you some of the success stories we have, some of the challenges we have. We'll discuss all that over this webinar. Please use this Q&A box and keep asking your questions. And even if you want to introduce yourself, because now I see a lot of people have joined in. So we can really start with some kind of an introduction. So if you're a professional, just write P. Just put P and give your professional background. And if you're a business owner, write B. If you are a management consultant, which means that you have some form of consulting experience, counseling experience, or any kind of learning and developing experience, coaching experience, business coaching is a big platform. So write MC, management consultant. And if you are in a career change, which means now you are looking for a new career, just write C. And write your city also, because very few cities now are open for us to invite partners because we are well covered across India. And so we are inviting only cities where we see a great opportunity and we are expanding teams. And so let's see who's written. So Let me open up. Okay, so I see Subhash has a first question. How is a fee? Subhash, we'll come down to that part. We'll talk about the opportunity first, and then we'll talk about the fee, and it'll be surprising for you how attractive this opportunity is. So you have to wait for little, maybe 30 odd minutes. We'll try to do it fast. Then we have Amit from Chandigarh. Chandigarh, I come from Chandigarh city. I started rather Franchise India out of Chandigarh. We're very proud that we are today the world's largest company, but it started from Chandigarh. And there was a reason for it, because when I started my career as a small business owner, I used to be in telecom. I launched mobile phones in Chandigarh. And that time, it was very difficult for a small business owner to really find right opportunity for them. So we will do always in 90s, I used to say that people would do business, what I call the 3F. The first is friends. If friends are successful, you will do the same business. Or family, or third is fools. We just follow the fools and we try to do that. And I wanted to be the fourth F, which is Franchise India, which is more informed way of doing business, right? How we can make it informed way of choosing the right opportunity. And this all started in Chandigarh, and then we have Bobby, who's from Delhi, and he's a management consultant. So Bobby, you will understand what we're talking about. This fits in. We are in NCR, so you can visit us. We have a large corporate office. Love to give you a tour. Then we have Vikas, who's also from Delhi. Welcome, Vikas. Manoj is not yet in the city, but he's in looking a new career now, which is great. Whenever you get that break in life, it gives you a new perspective of life and you self-discover yourself. So it's a great time. You utilize your time the best way. Subhash is from Greater Noida. Again, Subhash, we are in NCR, so you can come and visit our headquarters and meet our teams. Sanjay would love to host you. And we have Akhil, who works with Sanjay closely, can be your point of touch. Then we have Pankaj. A lot of people from Delhi has actually joined. So Pankaj is investment banker. So Pankaj, exactly what you do as investment banker, we do. So we are rather in investment banking and M&A space we operate in. And I'll explain for everyone what we do. So we are a platform which does three things. One, we help anybody who's looking to invest into active business. So there are millions of people out there who help you in investing into passive opportunities like property or a financial product and things like that, but none available who helps you to invest into active opportunity, which means that you want to start a new business, you want to acquire a business, or you also want to invest into a startup. Anything which you want to invest into an active business, we help you. And we operate out of 97 cities and 19 countries. Second thing, what we do is we help businesses to scale through franchise. If you are a successful business, we will help you to scale that business through franchise. And third part, which also should be exciting for you, Pankaj, is business resale. We also are the only company which has a platform for business resale. So if you're running a business and for reasons you don't want to continue, like yesterday, I had a call with somebody who runs schools and they want to just exit because they're moving out of India. And they reached us, and now we're working with their entire portfolio, do the valuation, and then we'll find the buyer for them. It can be a strategic buyer, it can be pure financial buyer, depending on where we are. So we are the only company which does three things. One, help business people to get into business. Second, help businesses to scale through franchise. And third, help people for their exit planning. So we do the exit planning and help them to find the new buyer. So Naveen is Naveen ask, he's a professional. You can share your city. Manoj is from Kochi. Kochi, we have office, Manoj, but we are very aggressive on Kerala market. Now you'll see even bigger. It's going to be other way around. Your disturbance in Arab world has opened up mind for a lot of people who live in Arab world would now start putting some investment back in India because they feel that you cannot be only in one place. It has disturbed everything. While I think it's short period, but eventually you'll see a lot of investments coming in. And I see, Kerala would get a lot of reverse investment in businesses coming in. Manikandan, welcome. So Naveen is a CA. Manoj is from Delhi. Again, Naveen Kumar is from Delhi. And then we have another Mr. Jose, who's also a financial consultant, and he does in the insurance space, the same space in Kerala. And then we have Mr. Tapas, who's from Bhubaneswar. Again, a great market for us. We have Anurag, who is part of our East team, who who would take care of that. And then we have Mr. Datta, who's from Siliguri. Again, our Calcutta office would work on this. We have large operation in Calcutta. And we are also looking for opening up office in Siliguri because Siliguri is a great market. And any market like Siliguri becomes even more exciting for franchising because you don't have jobs. You have very qualified people, you have well educated people. People want to make money. It's a lovely place to stay. I've been to Siliguri many times, but there is no job opportunities. If you want to make a 1 lakh rupee a month, you need to run your own business, period. And that's the truth of India. While we say we are creating jobs, we are only creating jobs in 6, 7 cities in India, the white-collared, high-paying jobs. Rest everywhere, if people want to make money, they have to run their own business. And if they have to run their own business, they have two choices. One, they can do your own startup, which is very risky, or they can buy a franchise. A franchise is a much safer way of starting your business. That's why we are excited, because we feel that franchising is the fastest growing category in India. And rather, we're working with now Ministry of MSME to really create an awareness about people to understand franchising well, use our tools to make the right decision. I also chair the Indian Small Business and Franchise Association, where we do a lot of educational stuff to train people before they invest into any business. Then we have Kamla Kalan, who's also from Tamil Nadu. Saktivel is our leader for Tamil Nadu and Kerala, so he can be interested. And then we have Mr. Vishwanath, who's from Nanded. Others also can write. And Mr. Vishwanath, you can be part with Vishwajit. We are hosting a show on Pune on 8th, and I'm personally going to be there. So we're going to be meeting few people who are interested in doing that. So we are super keen on Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a big market for us. So now I'll pass it on to Sonia for giving a larger overview, and then I'll come back with the business model and the financial model. Over to you, Sonia.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, and friends. A very good evening to all of you once again, and thank you for sharing your profiles. I'll also request other friends who have joined in and perhaps have not shared any questions of their profile, please go ahead and do that. And while you do that, let me also, give my bit on this webinar. So I would start with saying this is a very serious business partnership opportunity where we approach it with a very long-term intention, responsibility, and commitment from both sides. And as you see, we have the entire leadership of Franchise India and the management of Franchise India on this webinar. And the reason is because independent franchise consultant overall partnership forms a very important part of our business. Building and supporting our partner ecosystem takes a major share of our leadership and management, focus and time. So I'll start with saying, friends, as a company, I think whatever you've heard so far, maybe in simple terms, I would say we are a company which is a start your own business specialist. And that is the core driver, the foundation of our company, Franchise India. And today, it has been nearly 28 years. We were on a mission to democratize entrepreneurship, making business ownership more accessible, more structured and achievable, I would say, for any aspiring entrepreneurs through informed decision making. And also the initiative for us to start the IFC program was to work with entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with Franchise India, who bring in their skill set and the same intention as all of us at Franchise India has, which is to drive entrepreneurship. And today, our entire, I would say, network community of independent franchise consultants is not just limited to India, but today we are proud to say we are world's largest independent franchise community in the world. And the program that we strongly believe that this opportunity that we have today is very, very big. And the growth is driven by expanding market size and the scale of the business opportunity, which continues to grow at a very, very big pace. And we'll talk about it. So as a company, we believe that to truly capture this overall opportunity size, we need to have a very deep, serious, wider distribution through entrepreneurship program. So our goal is to build both, I would say, nationwide and also global network of entrepreneurial partners who can help, guide, support, and also enable new business creation in India and a lot of markets today, 19 markets that we are present in. So Franchise India has been in the industry for the last 28 years, and today I'm humbled and proud at the same time. As I say, we are a trusted advisor to many of the India's most influential, respected business houses on one side, and on the other side, we have a very big trust of a community, which is investor community, entrepreneur community, who's looking to start a business. And this community interacts with us through our well-structured businesses, which I would say we have created not only as a very big entry barrier for anyone to do what we are doing today. But at the same time, it also offers a very compelling value proposition to our entire investor community and companies, which comes with validated learning of all these years of many years of experience. So at Franchise India, last year I would say there are four businesses, and first and foremost is our media platform. And when we started our company, we felt we wanted to create a very big marketplace. So we created a very strong media platform, and which includes our discovery platform, which is franchiseindia.com, where more than 20,000 companies are listed. Three leading industry magazines, leading in India, and which includes Franchising World Retailer and Entrepreneur, which is #1 magazine in the world. We are joint venture partners of this magazine, which is #1 magazine in the B2B space. Our second business is more, I would say, which is start your own business platform, where we work with investors to help them start a business. Now, these are active businesses which are run by operators as franchise partners versus passive investments, which can be done in stocks or property. So anyone who wants to start a business is the overall investor community, the opportunity we all equally, have at hand, whether these are teams at Franchise India offices or my partners. And today, this demand has become much bigger than what I would say we saw 2.5+ decades when we started our company. And very happy to also share, in these many years, we have worked with more than 10 million investors, where the average investment of an average investor has been about 50 odd lakhs. And we will, in fact, work with the entire spectrum of this investor community, which starts with somebody who wants to make a small investment. I would call them a retail investor, to HNIs or ultra HNIs, family offices, even royal families, from a unit investment to a master franchise right of global brands across all industries. And every single year, our company Franchise India, we award, 10,000 franchisees every single year. So you can do by your own mathematics and calculation how big that number could be. There is no company globally nor in India who would have an expansion of 10,000 units in a year. But that is something, the entire distribution of Franchise India through all our platforms put together, we achieved that. Our second business is because we have to make this ecosystem larger. We also took upon ourselves a bigger responsibility, where we started bringing in more responsible companies into franchising. And so we work with companies to make them franchise ready. And we partnered with, again, the oldest and pioneer in franchise consulting, which is a company from America called FrankCorp. We are their partners, and we acquired this company in India, which prepares companies to become equipped to enter franchising, from creating their business models to their legal agreements, SOPs, financial business model. So FrankCorp is world's largest, oldest franchise consulting company. They're present in more than 20 countries across the globe, and have worked with the names synonymous with franchising, which we all can relate to, which are businesses like Subway, McDonald's, Hershey's, Hilton Hotels. And in India, we have consulted more than 20,000 brands who entered franchising through Franchise India and FrankCorp, which also includes the name like Google Chrome, 3M, who in fact did their first franchise consulting only through FrankCorp India. And that has not been the case anywhere in the world. And our third business is Exit, where if you are a business owner and you want to exit your business, and we have a separate entity called Business X. So we help business owners to sell their businesses, and businesses are sold for various reasons, which could be lack of capitalization, succession issues, or the owner wants to unlock the value, or they want to relocate. So through our Business X entity, we work with these business owners to help them evaluate the right value of their business and bring them either a financial buyer or a strategic buyer. So very quickly, friends, I'll take another few minutes to give you a little understanding about, the opportunity which is franchising. So I'm sure, you have done some of your study on franchising. So franchising today is a very big global success story and a very powerful wealth creation engine and also an entrepreneurial engine, which has been in the industry, I would say, in the world for the last more than 100 years. And this is also the engine that we want to reinforce through our independent franchise consulting program. So when we look at the overall industry size globally, this is a $5 trillion industry, which means $5 trillion is what is contributed by franchise industry to the entire world economy. Everything that we consume today is coming from a business which is a franchise business, whether these are services that we consume in form of quick commerce services coming from companies like Zepto, Blinkit, or platforms like Swiggy or Zomato, or diagnostic services like Dr. Lalpath, Metropolis, or even product brands like fashion, shoes, furniture, jewelry companies, optical companies. These are all businesses today which are expanding their footprint via franchising. And that also makes India second largest franchise economy in the world after America, because all the large corporates of India, mature brands today, are coming forward to collaborate in this ever thriving and very dynamic franchise industry, which today is close to about $200 billion industry, which contributes a little more than 4% to our current GDP of India. Now, when you look at what the industry is going to look like in the next 10 years, the last 10 years for this industry was a 4x growth, what we saw in the last 10 years. But the next 10 years look even more rewarding. And some of the reasons I'll tell you are consumption, which I would say is the core of franchising. And it is here where India's wealth creation is happening. We are a 3.2 trillion consumption economy, and which is projected to be 6 trillion in the next 4 odd years. And franchising is directly proportionate to consumption, which means as the consumption would increase, so would franchising. And also our consumption is becoming more and more formalized. I talked about so many brands, and I'm sure if you can also do that internally, everything that we are consuming, from the school our children are going to, from the services that we are consuming, everything is coming from a branded environment around us. Second is our youth-driven demand. With India's population, 65% of that is under 35 years, which is also giving and shaping rather new categories like health, lifestyle, fitness, beauty, food, and experiences. And international brands are also looking at India. They will have a very big delta of the youngest country. So all these international brands, when they look at coming to a market like India, they also look at the consumption. And today our youngest population delta, which will remain for the next, I would say, 24 years till 2050, is our age of the population. And franchising, when I also maybe like to add today, outside what we do when we work with companies to help them and consult them, Franchise India and Fran Global, we are also proud partners of 70 global brands from more than 22 countries, where we have taken the master franchise rights of these companies for India, subcontinent, and some other countries. So when global brands evaluate expansion for the, markets, India consistently ranks amongst the most attractive destinations, and the combination of demographics, our consumption growth, and the energy of entrepreneurs makes India a very powerful opportunity for franchising and business expansion. And lastly, I would say now the two big reasons. Now, what we have seen in the last 28 years, when we started the growth today in the first time entrepreneur is at its peak in the last 28 years. It was 10% in 1999. So out of 100 people buying franchise businesses, only 10% people came with no experience. They were first time entrepreneurs. Today, 60% and more, I would say, is the first time entrepreneur. And India is entering a business ownership decade, which is driven by consumer expansion, entrepreneurial aspirations, and a very large, I would say, global brand inflow. And the next wave of our growth is being driven not by employment, but by enterprise creation. And we also have today a lot of youngsters who come with the mindset of not seeking jobs, but as job creators. And job creation in India also still remains a very big challenge, and franchising comes as a very big solution, because even today, given the 76, 70 years of our independence, we still face a massive job creation challenge in India. India needs almost 1 million jobs to be created every single month, at least for the next 10 years. But as we speak today, only 20% of this target is currently being met, which leaves us with a very big gap of 75%. Now, franchising comes as a solution as many individuals are turning to franchising to buy themselves a job in absence of sufficient high paying job opportunities, and particularly in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So, friends, what are we looking at? We are inviting like-minded partners who believe in the vision of democratization of entrepreneurship, and each partner for us becomes a multiplier, creating more entrepreneurs with a very simple idea, I say, which is one entrepreneur at a time, and that is why we call ourselves as an investor-centric and a franchised-focused company. So, friends, we'll quickly take you through what our business model is all about. How do we monetize? How can you be selected to become partner with Franchise India? And I'd like to invite Mr. Gaurav Maria to run us through this model. We'll be happy to take any questions which you can keep putting in the Q&A box. And for the benefit of everyone else, we'll take these questions real time.
Thank you, Sonia. And friends, let me summarize what Sonia said. Obviously, Franchise India, Fran Global, and FranCorp makes us the world's largest franchise company today, proudly servicing our clients in around 19 countries, largely Southeast Asia, GCC, India subcontinent, London office through handles the entire Europe operations, and North America. We also have some operations in Australia. So friends, that gives you power to partner with a company which is world's largest and the most experienced. Between Franchise India and FranCorp, we have a most experienced team, 1,200 full-time employees, which are spread in different parts of the world and which are available for helping you if you become a consultant with us in every part of your journey, in the process of even understanding the business to getting the early business to getting stabilized and helping you to grow. So we have very, very successful community, which is already with us. Our IFC partners are spread in all markets in India and a lot of countries overseas. So let's understand the opportunity. The opportunity is coming from three different parts. One, the average consumer is becoming brand conscious. So when you become brand conscious, which means that you're quality conscious, which means that you're only consuming branded environments, branding retail, branded products, branded services. So from salons to food to your hotels to hospitals to services you consume, everything is coming from a franchised business, because franchise business are branded business, which also assures quality. Ask yourself, you're going for a vacation with your family, where would you stay? You will stay in a franchise hotel like a Holiday Inn or a Marriott or even a Oyo, even a budgeted place you want to go to Oyo, versus going to a hotel you never know. Similarly, when it comes to healthcare, you want to call for a diagnostic lab. Who are you going to call? You're going to call Dr. Lal, Metropolis, who are franchise companies, or somebody you don't know. So when you're putting your children into school, where are you going to send them? You would send them DPS, you're going to Japurias, to Eurokids or Kidsies and likes of them, versus the schools which you don't know their quality. So now franchising is directly proportionate to quality, right? So which means that branded businesses are directly proportionate to that. So that is one reason why the big consumer shift is happening and franchising is growing, right? People go to Zodio versus going to a place which they don't know. The second is the demand for these companies to scale very fast. India is a very complex country, so we have different languages, different cultures, different buying behavior, everything. Even the largest of the corporations, the Tatas and the Reliance and the Mahindras, also find it extremely difficult to understand this market, and hence they need local partners. Look at this brand. Again, I will give you example of Zodio. Zodio is a 5-year-old brand. Today runs about 800 stores. It's the largest and the fastest growing fashion brand in the country, and it is all developed through franchising. Look at another example. There's a company called Blinkit and Zepto. Almost every home is getting every single day these deliveries being done. We see this as a quick commerce, but this is franchising at works, right? So it's franchising giving you all the deliveries. These are all franchise stores which are actually reaching your homes and giving you deliveries in 9 and 10 minutes. So anything and everything you're consuming today is coming from franchise, because these companies use franchise networks to scale very, very fast. And the third is the entrepreneurial demand. The entrepreneurial demand is also very high in India. Every single person, every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. And as I explained earlier, franchising is a better and a safer form of starting a business. So because of these three reasons, India becomes the largest growth market for franchising. I have no doubt that we will domestically grow. We will also take our brands global. Now we are very proud when we see Indian brands going global. And we'll also see a lot of global brands entering Indian market because nobody wants to lose 1.4 billion consumer base, which is becoming richer and richer. And especially when this uncertainty the world is going, I see more and more opportunities moving to India. Especially now, even the Arab world is not very stable. I see an opportunity that India would get a phenomenal amount of interest. We are already seeing, I'm seeing so much of interest from, I travel at least 5 to 6 countries every single month. And I have never seen in my life, I mean, last 28 years, I've been doing international business. I've never seen so much of interest of almost all brands looking at India. Even from smallest countries. I had a call with company today from Malta, which is just a small country, and they are looking at India. The team was in India. They felt that this can be the only market which can give them 200 stores. There's no market. Europe is becoming more and more difficult. Arab was very exciting, but now it's also disturbed. So which is a market where people can easily enter and work is actually Indian market. So friends, so that's why we are super excited. We see this as an opportunity with us while we are already market leaders in the world, but we feel that we can do 3 or 4x of what we are doing. And that's why we're inviting independent franchise consultants to join us and be part of our network and benefit from this growth which is coming in. Now, why is a consultant required? This is a very important question to be asked. What is the role of this independent franchise consultant and why? Look, when people are looking to start a business, and I'll give you some statistics, 60% of people who buy business in India are first-time business buyers. They've never done business. So which means that they're very vulnerable. They are very confused. They don't know how to make a decision. They don't understand what kind of right investment they have to do, what is the right ROI, where they should invest, what is the company all about, what is the background of the company, how the company's existing franchises have performed. There's a lot of questions. It's a very difficult job to find yourself a right business. So they need help. They need a coach. They need a consultant who can advise them, navigate them, take them through a journey of self-discovery to find the right opportunity for them. Now, it is also important when you are looking for a business, say if I have 50 lakh rupees and I want to start a business, I need to know which opportunities are available. There are so many opportunities available in the market, and there is nobody who's aggregated all this as a portfolio. We are the only company which has over 1,000+ brands exclusively available, which means that we have exclusive rights to select partners for them. So when you become an independent franchise consultant, you get these 1,000 companies. Like somebody's joined from Mysore. When you start in Mysore, you have 1,000 brands to offer to investors across Mysore or even around that. So this is a big power because everybody wants to know which are the opportunities available. You have the biggest portfolio and exclusively. So once you have that, it gives you a phenomenal amount of advantage to represent to potential investors. Now, the difficult question is, okay, I have these brands, but where do I find the investors? That's also completely provided by Franchise India. So we give you pre-qualified investors with their interest, with their time to invest, with also their interest in the industry and the brand comes to you. We get over 100,000, 1 lakh over investors coming to Franchise India every single month. I don't think any company can claim that. That's why we claim we sell the maximum number of businesses. There is a saying we use that nobody sells more business than Franchise India. It is because of this investor base. We get this investor base. We have this brand. We have trained you on these brand. Now your job is to bring these two together. I will not say this is simple. This also needs a lot of working. It needs a lot of persistence. It needs a lot of patience, and then to bring these deals together. But it is also very rewarding business. We make money from the brand and we make money from the investors. And because we are market leaders, we charge good monies, right? We are market leaders, so we have our pricing, which is very, very good. Hence, our IFC partners make very, very good money. So imagine you did a transaction for 50 lakh rupees. We will ideally get from the brand owner maybe 3 to 4 lakh rupees as a fee. And we'll get maybe another 2.5 lakh rupees from the investor. So in a transaction of 50 lakhs, just 50 lakhs, which might be a cafe, you end up making about 6 lakh rupees. So this is kind of a revenue you can expect from single transaction. Our good IFCs can do multiple transactions in a month because we give them a strong leads and they have a very large portfolio. And this is only unit franchise. When you sell area franchise or you sell master franchise, your earnings can go from anything from a 10 lakh rupees to maybe 1 crore, right? So it is also very, very financially rewarding business. So look, what I'm trying to say, one, the opportunity is very big. Second, you're partnering with the world's #1 company. Third, because we are alone in the space, there is an entry barrier. You're not competing with unwanted competition. And the financial model is also very attractive. But is it for everyone? Answer is no. Can everybody become a consultant? Absolutely no. I've realized that very few people have that ability, have the time, have the interest, have the knowledge, or they will continue to build the knowledge who can become a successful consultant. That's why consulting is always highest paid profession in the world. But it is not for everyone. I always say, if you don't have time, don't come into this business. And that's why we do this webinar. If you don't have 100 hours to contribute and put yourself into this, 100 hours is minimum. If somebody comes and say, I will put full time, I will put 200 hours, super, then it's very, very, very successful. I can challenge, this would become the mainstream career, absolutely mainstream career, especially for our friends who are coming from jobs. You'll make 3, 4, 5x of what you have made in job, right? And it's your own business. You are your own boss. And it's also very creative business. It's also satisfying business. It's also making changes in other people's life, right? Imagine somebody tells you that you make 3 times what you're making today, and you will change a lot of people's life, right? So how rewarding it can be. So this business needs your time. This business also needs constant knowledge building. Every single day we do training. Every single day a training on one particular brand. You need to be involved in that training. You need to be somebody who understands financial models. You understand business models. Then only you will be able to present the right opportunity. Third, you have to be a good networker. You always have to find a way to tell people what you do. Like whenever I fly almost every day. When I fly, somebody next to me, if person asks me, what do you do? I say, I help people to start a business. I'm start your own business specialist. If you tell this to somebody, they will never forget you. They will never forget you because this is something which everybody has some desire to know. Even if I'm not going to do business, I always would have a desire to be of my own business, be my own, be an entrepreneur and run my own business. So friends, this is a great networking opportunity. And finally, it would need a little bit of persistence. It needs a persistence to chase the deal. Unless a deal is not done, it is not done. So we chase deals. I've seen our IFC partners sometimes work on a deal for 6 months, 7 months, consistently. By the time it's done, then only they would leave the deal, right? So this is also a business of very high persistence. So if you feel that you have these qualities with you and you have interest to be working in this industry, which is the very high growth industry, then this is an invitation for you to apply with us. And once we select you, then you get into the whole process of training. Training is very important and critical part with us. And we do every single day training, but there is a 3-day residential training. Out of the 3 days, 2 days is done by Sonia and me. I personally take full 1 day because it's very important, very, very important to be giving whatever we have learned over the time. And we have modules, we have different modules. We have done 8 modules to run through. And we give you tons and tons of videos, references, and almost all examples you need to know. A lot of collaterals, communication, brochures, every smallest thing which you need. And once you're even going in the market, we have a strong backend team which works on your proposal draftings, your all kind of backend work, including your marketing, your own communication. Everything is designed by us. So we've done this for over the years. We know we put every single new IFC, when they come in on board with us, we put them into a 3-stage process. One stage is the incubation. How do we really keep them going? Then we get them to a little bit of growth and then get into sustainability when it becomes a sustainable long-term business for you. And friends, this is a business which appreciates year by year. Somebody who joined with me 5 years back is much more smarter, much more knowledgeable, hence making much more money than he was making in the first year, right? So it grows as every Monday. All other businesses depreciate. Knowledge businesses appreciate as you go along, right? It gives you more knowledge to present yourself. So friends, this is an opportunity. If you are somebody who feel that this is something which you want to do, this is where you want to put your time, and this excites you, then you need to reach out to any of our cluster heads. And these cluster heads would be available with you. So they will talk to you, understand where you're coming from, understand your financial goals, which is very important, because any business decision you take has to be combination of your financial goal and your own personal goals. Personal goals means what you want to be, liking to do, right? What is your passion? What drives you? What you do? What you want to become tomorrow? So unless these two combinations come together, you will never be excited to do the business, right? So they will understand that, and if you qualify for that, then they will organize my meeting with you, because every single partner I personally select. It's very important, very, very important, because the long-term journey, long-term partnership, you should really appreciate what we are coming from. Ask as difficult question as you can, and we'll also ask the same. And I can tell you, sometimes out of 10 people they bring in, I only select one, and that's good for me, because for me, one good candidate being selected is a lifetime business, right? So it's not about numbers. It's about taking somebody who really believes in, and also believes in the whole India story, believes in the franchise story, and believes on himself or herself in terms of that they can become and deliver a great consulting outcome. So friends, I'd like to pass it on to Sanjay. He will run a very short presentation. Bear with us for next 10 minutes, and then talk to our teams, and they will then take it from there. So I'll take your leave. I'll pass it on to Sanjay to give the presentation. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, I can stay for another 6 minutes, because I have a 6 o'clock call. So I'm 6 minutes. If you have any questions for me, write on the Q&A box, and I'll be happy to take up. In the meantime, Sanjay, you can start the presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. And friends, we will just take a quick session on the presentation, because then we will have a one-on-one meeting and discussion with each one of you, so that you'll be knowing. So first slide says franchising. We have discussed about franchising. It's a $5 trillion industry today. What we consume is coming from a franchise company, because any service, any product we use is coming from a franchise company. Sector-wise also, we discussed already all the sectors today which are now into franchising, and there are new concepts like pet care service is also franchising. And some
Everything, so we have seen the era of product franchising. So you
Right.
see all the products which are fashion, home, furniture, all this entire thing. But this era is also going to be a large services. I've been all saying that even a gardener coming to your home would become franchise, right? The maid services which you consume would become franchise. It's already becoming. So now there are maid services which are available in every city, where you can call somebody who can do that. Driver services. So a lot of cities, people call late night, especially if they go out for parties and whatever, they call a franchise office and say, I need a driver for a few hours to pick me up and drop. So you will see all kind of services around you which would become a franchise. Even small plumber coming to your home would become franchise. So I'm giving the horizon of franchising. The biggest brand in the world, which all of you would 100% know, is Coca-Cola, is a franchise company. Bisleri, which we all drink, is a franchise company. So anything and everything we consume, from FMCG, Amul, Mother Dairy, they're all franchise companies. So from them to automobile, the Mercedes or BMW dealerships, they're all franchise. To Apollo hospitals, to five-star JW Marriotts and Ritz-Carltons, all is franchise. So from today, you start thinking that anything and everything you're consuming, from the butter coming in your plate in the morning, to kids going to school, or you going for a haircut, to anything which you're trying to do, or going to a gym, is all franchise, right? So it's an industry which surrounds us from all over. And this is your chance to become the part of this industry. Yeah, go ahead.
So friends, when you become partner with Franchise India, so first thing what we will offer you is tablet. Tablet stands for technology. T means technology. We'll create a CRM for all of you to have all the database in CRM, email ID from Franchise India domain, access of Franchise India network. So all the offices which we have are open to your access, to your, you can come use it for full day, even for your meetings all across. Brands, as we discussed, when you come for the training, so the brand list would be of you. You are having access for all the brands which we have. leads all across. We will give you leads from investor side also, from the brand side also. Events which are open every month, 15, 20 events we do, and you have full access to these events. Only your coming, your time, your involvement in that events, rest all invested by Franchise India. T stands for training. So there's a 3 days extensive training in our corporate office. That's first time. And coming to our corporate office, then pick up to drop, all facilities will be done by us. And then there will be all the training programs will be all on. So how is the pro structure which we have created? Our structure says when you join us as an IFC basic, it's you become IFC partner. That's where we have to start from. After that, how much time you are giving in this business. So you become next elite membership. And when you achieve 15 lakh rupees revenue first year. So 15 lakh only, it can be one lead, one deal, wherein your 15 lakh rupees is done. So then you become elite member. How it is going to change your structure, because these are structure which we have created a growth structure for all of our partners, because how you are going to put your time and then you want to grow further. So you have a another stage to grow, and then you get better revenues, better payouts on this. So payout structure is being created as it is at the basic, you are getting 40%. And after 1 year, you become our elite member, wherein you become our 50% partner. So we are 50-50 partners there. So I'll give you some understanding about some revenue products which are here for you, because it's very important to understand these revenue products. And after this, we have also many other products also, but they'll be, since we are a deal company, we are a deal making company, transaction company. So we charge from both sides. We work with investors on one side, we work with brand on other side. So first, what we do, we start working with investor, we onboard the investor. We start working with a new brand, we onboard the brand. And we charge a fee for both. And then we service both. When we onboard a brand, we talk about business development, which is BD. When we onboard an investor, it is investor acquisition, IA. I means investor, B means brand. And then we charge both a fee, which is investor service fees, brand service fees. So when we are talking about these three products, onboarding investors, servicing the investor, and servicing the brand, we have 40%. And when we have a reference from your side for a brand, so we do meeting, we do presentation, and then we get them ready for franchise, all the consulting, all the documentation, and then marketing full 12 months, all done by Franchise India. So here's a 20% for a partner who is giving us a reference. Now, onboarding fee is starting with 8.5 lakh rupees. And for the investor onboarding, it starts from 30,000 to it goes to 5 lakh rupees as well. That would depend on investor. Investor do have an investment capacity. So when we see the investor who is coming to us as a basic, we charge 30,000 rupees, then it goes to 5 lakh as per the investment goes up. And accordingly, my service fees is also charged as per the investment. So there's a complete table and understanding which we have already created. It's a structured way, the process which we have. So it's already been done. So every investor would know what he has to pay the success fees when the brand is already signed. So this is the payout structure for all our partners. It goes to next year 50% in first year. First year, it's a full year, achieving 15 lakh rupees. So next year, you will be becoming the 50%. So when we are 50-50 partners, and then your revenues will come to you at 50%. So you will see larger business which is coming, larger revenues which is coming from us is investor acquisition, investor servicing, and brand servicing fees. So, so this is going to be the, as per the IFC partnership, when I'm talking about an individual model. We have second model, which is Franchise India firm model. As we discussed, this is a branch model, which we are not talking about in the webinar much on that, because we have very, very selected skills on this. And someone who has that capability to operate a branch from that city, which are obviously identified by us. So there are only few cities which are left, which we'll be discussing on case-to-case basis. But in this, what you are going to do is, you will do 4 businesses, not only one, you will do 4 businesses when you become Franchise India firm model partner or a branch partner. One, you will get a full exclusivity of that city. So suppose I have got one partner who is recently onboarded in Lucknow. Now we have given him a complete Lucknow and Kanpur. he has an exclusive rights for this territory. IFC business model is individual model wherein we have other IFC partners as well in the same city. Wherein we do not have any cap, we can do as many as for the opportunities are concerned. So especially for a bigger cities, which are metro cities, we have as many as we can do on board. But it has to be 100% selected by the management side of it. And when we see this is an opportunity which is rightly matched for both of us, then we can also look forward for a discussion for getting this IFC home model. Rather, we also are very, very keen as our current IFC partners who have shown interest. And we have also decided that some of our IFC partners, we can also upgrade to the firm model, wherein they can also run and operate the branches as well, wherein some of cities we have already done that piece. So one business would be franchise in the office. When you run, you do transaction business as we are doing every day, which will be investor meeting, investor servicing, and brand servicing. Second, we can build an IFC partner under the firm, under the branch. So that's on the second model, second business. And third, CBB, certified business broker. Certified business broker would mean that branch can also work on a resale business. So resale is certified business broker. CBB is a different vertical, separate company altogether. So they work on the resale businesses only. Fourth is Business X Realty, commercial and retail leasing. This is also another opportunity for a firm model where you can also work for, because every brand which we are servicing, investors also getting a franchise of any brand today, then there is a real estate which is important in this space, the property. And this is also Business X Realty, the another vertical, which will be also given full training to our branch partner. So that city where you have full exclusive, rights, you can also do this commercial leasing property service as well to all the investors, and that will also revenue to be including in your territory. If we talk about as a partner, firm partnership, it's a 500 square feet office which we are looking at, 4 to 5 members which are directly under firm. Sharing will be directly 50% revenue, wherein 40% is for an IFC partner, 50% is direct revenue share with our partners. And any business development case, we do brand onboarding, because in brand onboarding, all the services are done by Franchise India. So it will remain as 20%. And if we appoint any IFC partner under your location, under your firm model, you will get 25% of the IFC fee. And also the IFC who is coming under your firm will get 40% on the revenue what he is going to do, and 10% extra would be given to our firm model. License is 3+3, wherein IFC partners will get only 3-year license. For firm, it is 3+3 years. And we have firm license fees, which is 20 to 25 lakhs, which would depend on the city to city. And this is now we have actually restricted up to 31st of March. So after 31st of March, we have decided we will not go for this model. We will have already 10 are already on board. So we'll structure their branches, their offices, and make them to start working on that. And after 1st April, we will not look forward for any kind of a firm model. It will be all now IFC partnerships only would be there. So any partner who is and today looking at this opportunity and looking forward for firm model opportunity, we can discuss that also depending on the city if that is available to us. Coming back to Franchise India IFC model, we have only 6.5 lakh rupees plus GST is our fee, which is a 3-year of your license fee. But only first time you have to pay the license fees. The rest all 3 years will be all investment done by Franchise India. And this is applicable for this month. We have already revised this to 7.5 plus GST, which is going to be applicable very soon. But whoever has joined us today's webinar, we will have 6.5 plus GST. After that, we have already decided as a decision of the management that it is 7.5 lakh plus GST, which is going to be applicable here onwards. But from all the partners all the guests who have joined us today webinar, because today's webinar, we have a lot of guests who have been invited by our existing partners as well. So they are also been invited to this webinar. They have already been told 6.5 lakh rupees. So we'll continue with 6.5 for all the guests who have joined us today webinar. But rest it will be 7.5 lakh rupees plus GST after this. So my humble submission would be that after this webinar, if you are invited by someone, any of our leaders, any of our partners to this webinar, we will get in touch with you to get you full understanding about this opportunity. Any question you have, you can definitely ask. But tomorrow onwards, we have slots which are fixed for our chairman, sir, and we will be also coming on the call so that we'll understand that if this is a feasible for both of us, then we will look forward for the partnership here onwards. I'll pass on to our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, for her final remarks.
Thank you so much, Sanjay, and thank you so much, friends, for being with us today. And before we leave, I'll also request all of you, if you've not studied enough the industry of franchising or Franchise India, and before you come on the call, I'll really recommend that you go through the industry, what it is, the opportunity that we have for the next, I would say, 20, 30 years in India. So we're looking at like-minded partners, I would say, who can work with Franchise India as partners in different cities across India. At the same time, we have limited and very selected opportunities to become a firm partner, because we had 27 cities that we had selected where we wanted to, in fact, put a Franchise India firm. We're almost, more than halfway through, and there are only few selective locations which are currently available. So we'll request you to please share your profile with us. And one more thing, I would say that we are here to build a very powerful ecosystem of knowledge partners and entrepreneurs who understand the responsibility, influence, and the impact of the work they do, and build trust through knowledge and earn respect by being informed, ethical, and committed, is what Franchise India and our IFCs and our teams and our business stands for. So thank you once again, friends, for being with us today. Sanjay, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.